Double overtime. Game 7. Mitch Jones into the middle. Got rim. Got a shot. Scores! Mitch Jones puts the Bellies into the finals.
Stolen by Mike Messenger. Twisting, turning, scoring! They can taste it! Listen to this place again!
You know, the Canadian Army could use a tank like Mike Messenger.
Time now for the Kings of Queens Park, brought to you by the New Westminster Salmon Bellies.
This week we turn our attention to Jack Bionda. Ever heard of him? Legend has it from 11 years old he would play lacrosse 4 to 5 hours a day. A Minto Cup champ by 19, Bionda first came west to play for the Victoria Shamrocks and won 2 WLA scoring titles. At the same time that he was establishing himself as Canada's greatest lacrosse player, he also had a full career in hockey, playing in the NHL with the Leafs and Bruins. During his summers, Bionda joined the Bellies and won back-to-back Mann Cups in 58 and 59, and another for good measure in 62. In total, he won 6 WLA scoring titles, one for every year that he actually played a full season. A charismatic innovator with his stick, Bionda was like a one-man traveling showcase and filled arenas wherever he played. Inducted into the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame and the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame, hockey paid the bills, but his time with the Bellies made him legendary. Join us for stories like this all summer long as we celebrate the tradition that is Salmon Bellies lacrosse. It continues June 2nd when the Salmon Bellies take on the Burnaby Lakers. Tickets and info at salmonbellies.com.
Welcome back to Lax Class. You just heard there Brad Schellner and his fine work once again. The Kings of Queens Park featuring none other than the late great Jack Bionda. Man, oh man, Brad, I don't know if you were old enough to ever go out and like, obviously we didn't get to watch Jack play, but after his playing career, he would go around to local rinks and put on a kind of a stick trick clinic display and doing it with a Woody. This guy was an absolute wizard with the wand. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it.
No, and no one's done this since, to my knowledge, but he used to I say play because he was like a magician. He would come to town. He would perform at there's a salmon festival in Steveston every year. Yeah. And I remember going as a young kid. One of my first introductions to lacrosse was you hovered around the Steveston box, and Jack Bionda would shoot on a net. Yeah. And people would come from miles around to watch this, but that was what that was worth the price of admission, was just watching this guy shoot on the net, because he was an absolute magician. And there's shots named after him. Like, what is the sub shot bouncer?
The
one-handed sub shot bouncer is the
behind the legs, though. You got to do the behind the legs.
And he used to twirl his arm like a windmill and then fire a sub shot on like the 10th windmill, fire a sub shot one-handed top Chad. Like, it was. I've never seen anything like it before or since. And that guy used to tour to just have people come and watch him shoot on a net, which is unreal. He was like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. There's footage of him lingering around at Queen's Park doing this in his like 70s as well. So pretty impressive. And I think originally, I want to say, I haven't looked up his Wikipedia because you just told me who we were doing here, but I want to say start out in Victoria before ending up in New West. Spent some time in the NHL as well. Heck of an athlete, heck of a person, and great ambassador for our game. A little more info about the Fish here, Brad. As we're recording on a Monday, the Bellies pull off a trade involving both Cornwall brothers as Coquitlam ships to New West. Jeff and Travis Cornwall coming back the other way, a few draft picks, second, third, and a fourth round pick. And I kind of raised my eyebrow at this one a little bit, thinking like, Jeff Cornwall, no first round pick involved in this trade. What's going on here? But getting reports that Jeff Cornwall will be suiting up out in Ladner this summer, Brad. So Jake Horn's going to be a pioneer, it looks like, which kind of explains why there was not a first-round pick involved in this deal.
Yeah, when I saw that, I thought, wait a second, how many games is he going to play? Like, maybe he's only committed to playing 4 in playoffs, and that's why he's only worth a second or something. And then my other reaction was, Coquitlam's looking like they want to, over the years, they're trying to rebuild the junior Adanacs. They're like, keep a lot of guys close to home. So I was a little surprised by that too, because they've got such a Coquitlam heavy roster.
Yeah,
But hey, I am looking forward to Pieball this summer, man. I don't want to name all the names that I'm hearing are going to be out in Ladner this year in the Flatlands, but it's going to be it might be the best senior B summer we see in a long time.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way.
And we are talking bellies, but on that Cornwall note, I believe there was a little rift there with the Cornwall, who are now coaching in Port Coquitlam, who are obviously the junior Adnac's biggest rival, proximity-wise, and maybe that might have had a little something to do with it as well. But we're talking bellies here, and I got to let you know this. The Feed the Fish website is alive and well. 25 different items on the silent auction available. Golf package, a one-of-a-kind varsity jacket. We also have the 50-50 draw going, and that'll be drawn on May 19th during the Feed the Fish broadcast. You can check it out on Facebook Live. I'm hosting this sucker. So 50-50, check out all the silent auction items that are up for grabs. And the smoker coming up on June 24th, people can reach out to belliespresident@gmail.com. Still a few tickets left for this thing. $100 buys you dinner and all the alcohol you can pound down your throat. And you also get into a reverse draw for a lot of cash, or you can just buy the ticket for the reverse draw for $60 on its own. So essentially dinner and all you can drink for $40. I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of this. belliespresident@gmail.com if you want to head to the Salmon Belly Smoker on the 24th of June. There it is, Kings of Queens Park.